can see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday, even though it's a Friday. Sorry, I missed Wednesday. I've missed a lot of Wednesdays. I have missed a buttload of Wednesdays. Sorry. First of all, cheers, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, which is already behind us, and man, soon to be Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate is coming up. This is my favorite time of year. Really, it starts with Halloween and just kind of goes forward. But first of all, before I get into where I've been for such a long time, this is a 3-notched West Coast IPA. It's 7.4%, and it says a throwback to the time when, you know, hops, clear beers and hop bitterness was king. And man, it is really, really good. I think it's got a lot of Centennial in it, and I didn't look at the hop schedule, but I would say some Chinook and some Centennial, definitely. It's like the old school hops. Maybe some Cascade. Oh, this is really good. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so where the hell have I been? I'm gonna warn you up front, there's gonna be some disgusting videos and pictures in this update because I have been through hell and back with my foot. I think I may have put in my last Homebrew Wednesday, or couples before I don't remember the last one I posted. I'll have to go back and look. But back at the end of July, 26th July, I had a pretty major foot reconstruction surgery that just took me out of it. It took me out of it. It was a lot more. Complex than I thought it was going to be. You know, you guys have been watching my channel for a while. You know, I had a lot of neck surgeries, and those things, recoveries from those are pretty easy, even though they're like doing a lot of moving your anatomy around, pushing your voice box and your carotid artery and all that out of the way. But when they mess with your foot, that is no joke. You know, I've got a couple of cadaver bones in my foot now that I didn't have before, and just anyway, I had this surgery on the 26th of July, and you know, it was kind of touch and go. I was in a cast for a few weeks, and it came off, and it just never really started recovering. And eventually I had to change doctors because she wasn't seeing the bone growing back together like it was supposed to. Went to another podiatrist that my wife goes to, and he was pretty squared away. You know, he was able to did a nerve conduction study, found out some of my nerves were damaged. That's why I've got neuropathy. I've just got a whole ton of, my foot's a mess, you know, or it's getting better, but it was a mess. So anyway, they found out that the reason I was doing a lot of physical therapy, and I was doing a lot of exercises, and I was getting better, and then I hit the wall, and I started going backwards. This was at about week, I don't know, 10 or 11 maybe, July, August, September. Yeah, somewhere around the beginning of October, I hit a wall, and I started kind of going downhill. So I finally went to this new podiatrist. He did some x-rays and some, you know, MRIs, and, you know, basically said, hey, you've got a pretty serious bone infection, like a staph infection. And it was really wild because it started on the inside of my foot where they put this bracket here on this first metatarsal, and it spread through the back of my ankle, through the bone cavities, and then bled out on this side, on the outside of my foot. So I was thinking the infection was just near there was a scar here when they bracketed this, then they bracketed that over here, and then they reshaped my arch. When they did that, it broke a bone over here, so they had to go back in. Well, I was thinking that it got infected because of this incision, because the infection was along the incision. And I'll show you pictures probably right now. But that's not what happened. The infection started here, and it spread all the way through. So I don't know if the hardware was infected or the sterilization wasn't right, or I don't know what happened, sanitation, but I had to get on a pretty serious, this is around Thanksgiving, I had to get on a pretty serious antibiotic regimen. I almost got hospitalized because it can be life-threatening when you do have a bone infection, you know. So luckily, I took that medicine for 3 weeks. It's knocked it out. Now I'm starting to, you know, my foot looks normal again. Maybe I'll put some pictures up here and kind of show the comparison. So really, it's probably another couple of weeks. The doc's going to be able to tell if he has to pull the hardware back out. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Hopefully they don't. I don't have to do any more surgeries, and I can start recovering. But what I did do, I think before I had the bone infection, when I was still feeling kind of good and hit the wall, I decided to do a double IPA brew day. So I did old school. So I'll put some of that video up here. Hey, what's up? Brew Tube. It has been way too long. And today I'm brewing Old School. It's my first beer brewing experience back from, you know, had a surgery, so had to recover. Still not quite there yet, but I'm making do. So nothing like a return to brewing day than a nice homebrew from a good friend from Peerview Brewing. Josh, thank you. This is his Marzen. Cheers. That dude knows how to brew fest beer. Man, this is so good. Wow, that is really good. Man, that's a damn good beer, Josh. So anyway, so Old School, kind of a modified recipe, I guess. 13 pounds of, 13 pounds of two-row, 9.6 ounces of caramel 20, and I think I put in a quarter to a little less than half an ounce each of Carapils and situated malt. So should get me I should be around an 8%er. We'll see what I get on efficiency. Might be higher. Normally Old School is about 8.7, but I put about another, I guess, half a pound of grain in. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then the hops, you know, obviously it's Magnum for bittering, and then Cryo, Citra, and Simcoe. A little more Citra than Simcoe for the hop addition, for the flavor hops, flavor and aroma. And then big whirlpool, be about 25 minute whirlpool at 180, and then I'll finish off dry hopping with an ounce of Columbus and some more Citra and Simcoe. So haven't brewed Old School in a very long time, so I'm kind of excited to, you know, get that back in the keg. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to film today because I'm a little rusty, so I don't want to screw anything up. Plus, I'm on a leg crutch right now, so I don't want to burn myself with any hot liquids. So anyway, thanks again for the beer, Josh. This is excellent. He sent me some really good stuff. A whole bunch of these Marzen beers. He sent me a Drunken Sailor. Love that beer. He sent me a mead, which I'm pretty excited about. That's a big boy though, so I'll have to take my time with that one. But anyway, all right, cheers everybody. Maybe I might try to film a little bit of this, but probably not. If not, you'll probably see me on the regular Homebrew Wednesday video, hopefully later this week. Cheers. It's Old School that's made better with a Josh Hoover fest beer. And this thing is kick-ass. All right, so this is my first brew back while I'm on a leg crutch, so it's going good so far. I'm gonna not get a whole lot of filming done though, because I want to make sure I don't burn myself with hot liquid. Cheers, guys. Okay, I am back for I want to talk about one more beer. So this, man, I love these old, I love that now you can go and look on our shelves and get West Coast style IPAs, and there's a whole bunch of them coming back now. This one here, Caboose, it's out of Vienna, I think, in Virginia here. Gorgeous beer. Look at that. Look at that beer. Look how pretty that thing is. This is a perfect beer for this brew day because Old School looks just like this when it's brewed. And this thing is nice. It's piney and citrusy and dry and just, I love classic West Coast style IPAs. Oh, it's got the perfect, what is it, 2.3 volumes of carb. God, I nerd out on these West Coast IPAs. I love them so much. Anyway, let me get back to my brew day so I don't burn myself. And here we go with the Whirlpool. Man, I miss the smell. And I'm trying to keep it as close as I can to 180. I'm a little bit off. Okay, so you should have seen the video of Old School. Anyway, had to take a pause. My wife is getting ready to go do some kind of thing kind of near the White House today. So she was excited, then she scheduled it, and now when it comes on a Friday evening and you're kind of like not wanting to go out, so she's kind of a little bummed, but I'm sure she's going to go. They're having bourbon tasting and all kinds of stuff. She's going to come back and, oh my God, it was so much fun. I hear her walking over my head. So anyway, so I did the Old School double IPA brew day. Let me see if I can pour some of that and show you how it came out. It came out pretty well. Hold on. Okay, back. So this is the Old School. So here is the 3-notched. Here's Old School. I still think mine's a little clearer. This 3-notch is a little cloudy. Mine's, you can tell it's always pretty clear. 2 fingers. You can see 2 fingers, 1 finger. Look at that lacing. Yeah, this Old School came out really well. It came out at 9% though. I hadn't brewed it in a while, so I got to dial back the system. I'd like to get a kind of an 8% version of this. Would be perfect for me. And I'm thinking I want to now that I'm tasting it compared to other West Coast IPAs, I'm thinking I might want to change up the hops a little bit maybe, or do something to make it a little more bright. I don't know. We'll see. I still like Old School. It's a crowd pleaser. Yeah, it's a good beer. Josh Hoover noticed it and he said, hey, it looks a little lighter than I'm used to seeing it. And I'm like, yeah. This time around when I purchased the grain bill at my homebrew shop, somehow I didn't have the caramel malt didn't come out. I used to do caramel 30. Was it caramel 30? And it's so hard to find 30 now. So then I was trying to do mixes of 40 and mixes of 10, and so now I kind of usually do either 3 pounds of 10 or a couple of pounds of 2 carat 20. But I didn't have any caramel malt, so I had to kind of dig in the cupboards and find what caramel malts I could, and there wasn't a whole lot. So it's a little more. I can't remember what I put in there. I have to go back and look at the grain bill, but it's a little bit different and it is a little bit light. So, but anyway. This 3-notched. If this 3-notch West Coast IPA, if you see that at the store, it's a 7.4%. It's really, really good. Maybe next week I'll show the can. Other things I'm excited about is this. Finally got I got a bunch of bottles of this. I think I got 5 bottles of Bourbon County Stout 2022. So that's exciting. I'll still have several bottles of 21 so I can compare them for Christmas when my buddy comes down. And then my workmates went again to Belgium and came back with this. So this is always, man, 17 pounds. Look at the cost of one bottle, 17 pounds. But man, I really love this stuff. 10.2% West Blutter and 12, a Trappist Belgian quad. Man, this thing is beautiful. So I got a couple of bottles of that. So it's going to be a great Christmas. And then we have the 12 days of Christmas. We got something from, I think 3-notched actually. I think that's what it was. So we got to go through those. So I got a lot of beer to drink. I need to get back on the Peloton so I don't like swell up. I have controlled my diet, so hopefully I haven't been ballooning up. I think I was getting a little bit of a double chin for a while, so I've kind of, gotten control of that. But anyway, I've been jabbering for a while. This is the third iteration of the video. I've been stopping it. But anyway, yeah, I want to maybe do a year-end video here. It really wasn't a lot of brewing this year because halfway through the year I started gearing up for the surgery and I've been just out of the net for so long. So next year I want to do a lot of brewing. Hopefully my foot is good to go. Oh, we got a trip. We want to go to, man, I'm all over the place, sorry. We want to go to Italy in September. I want to go to Rome, Florence, Pompeii. We've got our British friends who are going to I think link us up with some other Europeans in country and then go do all these, do all this traveling. So that's another thing. The doc's got to look in the next couple of weeks. And, I said, hey, give me a judgment call if I should go ahead and buy these tickets if I'll be in any shape to walk. So I've got my work cut out for me this year, this coming year, to get healthy again and hopefully be back in shape. I should be able to swim when the pool's open because my wounds are all healed and all that. So anyway, like I said, it's been crazy. And the funny thing is, my wife has foot problems too. She's got plantar fasciitis, so she's been struggling. That's why we've both been seeing the same podiatrist. So that's part of getting old, guys. Take care of your feet. Don't do like I did and do a career jumping out of planes and foot marching and pounding around in the sand trails of Fort Bragg, North Carolina with heavy packs. It'll mess up your feet. Take care of yourself. Hey. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. There's a lot of weird, like, COVID still out there. Then you got this bad strain of the flu, and I think there's something else. It's like the trifecta. Then you can get all three of them at the same time. So, be careful. Drink lots of vitamin C, orange juice. Stay healthy. Do exercise, and yeah, be safe this year. Hey, have yourself a happy homebrew, and have a very, very happy homebrew Wednesday. Cheers. 3-notched. I'm digging it.